Viewers, to the left of your screens are the pictures that are coming from Attari. It is through that gate that we can see that Wing Commander Abhinandan will stride through. Most probably, viewers, we will only see a fleeting glimpse of him because he might be in a car. He might wave to some of the cameras, he may not. But today, this one brave officer represents the pride of India. Viewers, on the 26th morning, 12 air fighters risked their lives to protect India's pride. A day later, Wing Commander Abhinandan Varthaman selflessly chased Pakistan's F-16 that dared to cross into India. He didn't stop till he shot down the F-16. The visuals are there to the right of your screens as the F-16 comes plummeting down, and you can see in a parachute the Pakistani pilot falling to the ground. Abhinandan didn't flinch. Even when he was hit, he didn't blink when he was tortured in captivity. For our forces, our pride, sacrifice, not self, is supreme. It's because of their guts and glory that we avenged the carnage at Pulwama in less than 2 weeks, in precisely 12 days. But unfortunately, viewers, there are some among us who want the Abhinandans of India to give a hisab, an account of their valor. They are doubting, viewers, their actions. They are saying, give us proof that you struck inside Pakistan. Give us evidence that you actually did some damage to Pakistan. Here is what some of these individuals have been saying. Listen in closely as we expect our hero to return.
আমি নিউ ইয়র্ক টাইমসের একটা নিউজ পড়ছি, আমি ওয়াশিংটন টাইমসের একটা নিউজ পড়ছি এবং আমি রয়টারের নিউজ দেখেছি। তাতে বলা হচ্ছে এরকম কোনো ঘটনাই ঘটেনি, বোমটা পড়েছে অন্য জায়গায়, বোমটা মিস হয়েছে এবং মানুষ মারা যায়নি। কেউ বলছে একজন মারা গেছে। তো সত্যটা কি? এটা তো লোকে জানতে।
Man will go to any extent because someone, the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah together, the both combination together, they have identified all the Jawan's body. Where is the terrorist body? Till now they could not able to show to the people.
Mamata Banerjee believes what she read in the New York Times and the Washington Post over the words of our braves. A Congress leader says he wants to see the bodies of the terrorists. Yes. Now these demands are an outright insult. It's a well-established fact that India struck deep into Pakistan territory. Listen to our most decorated officers as they revealed what actually transpired. Listen to this, viewers.
कि हमारे पास एविडेंस है कि जो हम करना चाहते थे, जो हम टारगेट को जितना डिस्ट्रॉय करना चाहते थे, जो इफेक्ट हमको चाहिए था, वो हमको इफेक्ट मिल गया। अब वो गवर्नमेंट के ऊपर है कि हायर लीडरशिप पे कि किस तरह, कब और कैसे वो एविडेंस देना है या नहीं दिखाना।
For the record, viewers, here are some hard facts up front that encapsulate the spellbinding achievements of our air warriors. Let me put them out for you. 12 Mirage 2000 fighter jets entered Pakistan on February 26. No one doubts this claim, not even Pakistan. These jets decimated the biggest Jaish terror camp in Balakot. They dropped 1,000-kilogram explosives 80 kilometers inside the LOC on Pakistan soil, viewers. They chased out a PF package or a Pakistani Air Force package of 8 F-16s, 4 Mirage 3 and 4 JF-17. IF strikes down 1 F-16 and the Pak pilot is forced to eject. And who shot this F-16 down? It was Wing Commander Abhinandan, who fired an R-73 air-to-air missile at the F-16. If confirmation is further required, then watch these pictures of how Wing Commander Abhinandan hunted down an F-16 with a MiG-21 Bison. It's never been done before, viewers, forcing the Pakistan pilot to eject. And that is the reason why all of India, viewers, today, all of India has its eyes on those gates at the Attari border. We are being told as we speak that our officials, at least 3 of them, are waiting for Abhinandan Vartaman, India's hero, viewers, to walk through those gates or be escorted through those gates by our forces. I'm going to go across to Tamal Saha in just a few moments. To the right of your screens, look at those pictures. That is visual evidence of a Pakistani pilot. You can see in the middle of that circle is the Pakistani pilot who has ejected from the cockpit of his F-16. And on top is the canopy. You can make out it's a little flick, a fleck rather, in the sky. There it is on top. That's the parachute. You can see it very clearly. And it is coming down. Unfortunately, it fell on the Pakistani side, the occupied part of Kashmir. And that's why today Pakistan can go to some extents to deny it. Deny that they've lost a pilot. But that's visual evidence, viewers. Doesn't get clearer than that. It doesn't get clearer than that. And today, viewers, all over Pakistani social media websites, there's commentary on how Wing Commander Abhinandan brought down an F-16. And that F-16, coincidentally, was also being piloted by the son of a retired Pakistan Air Force officer. Yes. It's a coincidence, but it is also a fact. Yet there are some viewers, who question the evidence, despite the overwhelming nature of it. And it is being done to settle political scores at the expense of the dignity and integrity of our forces. And I want to open this out as we await our hero's return. I want to open this out, but before that, a quick update from Tamal Saha. Tamal, tell me, what's going on? We've had a bit of a delay. We were expecting the Wing Commander, India's hero, to walk through or perhaps be escorted through those gates. I can already see a cart actually approaching that gate. But to come through at around 6 o'clock, that hasn't happened. We're still awaiting.
Well, that's right, Rahul. It all started, say, about around 4:15 this evening when we saw Indian Air Force convoy getting inside, and then we saw the QRT, following which the Indian Army convoy getting inside. So, yes, these speculations have been doing rounds since 4:15 this evening, but then no one expected the delay to reach to this point. It's 8:04 Indian Standard Time, and Wing Commander Abhinandan Vartaman hasn't reached. That one we can confirm. He hasn't touched the Indian Indian soil as yet. We have been given to understand that documentation work took a lot of time, immigration work took a lot of time, but then thereafter, what is the reason behind this delay is something which is yet to be explained. We were also expecting a small media briefing by Air Vice Marshal RGK Kapoor after receiving him, because Indian Air Force contingent comprises of Air Marshal Sri Kumar Prabhakaran and Air Vice Marshal RGK Kapoor, and we also know that Indian Army has also come here to receive him. So yes, they have been waiting inside, and as you see right behind me, that is the gate, Rahul. Welcome to integrated checkpost. That is the very gate that takes you inside till the Wagah border gate. But then we were also given to understand that BSF doesn't accept any kind of transaction, any human transaction after 7 p.m. But then of course an exception has to be made now. The way India made an exception to give a very strong message to Pakistan by calling off the retreat ceremony, the beating retreat ceremony, because many would suspect that Pakistan's delay had a reason or a method behind it, because they wanted the repatriation process to coincide with the beating retreat ceremony. And we reported it first yesterday, in fact, as how they had been planning this, they had proposed this, and India had raised its strong reservation, had registered its strong reservation, suggesting that nothing of that sort of is happening, because Pakistan's intent could be to score some brownie points, highlighting the cooperation card and of course humanitarian card. But India believes there cannot be any de-escalation at this point. India believes that the humanitarian approach of Pakistan can only be accepted when Pakistan takes cognizable action, corrective action and affirmative action against terrorism, which is emanating from Pakistan soil. So at the moment, Rahul, the wait is on. The frame would be there on the screen. And
well,
of
just
course,
alert us, Tamal, because we don't want to miss the moment. We're going to keep a window open on our screens to ensure that we capture this moment, this glorious moment in our military history, viewers, when Pakistan, crumbling under pressure, hands over one of our soldiers in less than 36 hours. But unfortunately, that's not good enough for a large number of India's political parties. A lot of movement now once again at that gate. I can see to the left of us, more cars coming through. Hopefully one of them will bear the news that Wing Commander Abhinandan is now on Indian soil. Hopefully that will happen. Tamal, I'll just check back with you in just a few moments. Let us know. I want to go across to some of our panelists, and I want to begin by asking, is it even right on a day such as this to pose questions to our forces, asking them to give an account or hisab of their valor? I want to begin with you, Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni, socio-political activist and columnist. Do you think we should be doing this?
Rahul, today and this particular moment is really a moment that belongs to Abhinandan. Abhinandan ko Abhinandan. It's a moment that India has been waiting for with bated breath, and the fact that one of our brave soldiers is coming out of Pakistan's captivity has created an atmosphere of both relief and joy. So he deserves all the congratulations of 1.3 billion Indians. Later in the show, I hope that you will give me an opportunity to also speak about another person who deserves Abhinandan, and that is our Foreign Minister, External Affairs Minister, Sushma Swaraj. She made a wonderful speech today at the Organization of Islamic Cooperation meeting in Abu Dhabi, which also is extremely important in today's context. Now, coming to your specific question, I don't think today is the time to raise those doubts and questions.
But you think we can do it tomorrow and day after and the day after that? Because you heard Mamata Banerjee.
Because if India has made a claim and many international media outlets are questioning that claim, the people of India have a right to know what exactly is the truth. But today is not the question, today is not the time to ask those questions.
So we must believe some half-baked media reports in some international publications, even though the countries that those publications are printed in, the governments of those countries have accepted in totality the claims of our forces. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Kulkarni?
You know, I am not getting into the discussion today because I don't believe that today is the right time to discuss that question.
Today is not the day to discuss that question.
Today belongs to Abhinandan.
But you do agree that we have to give hisab. General G.D. Bakshi, hisab has to be given. Dr. Patra, hisab will have to be given at some point of our valor. Now I want to ask General G.D. Bakshi as a military man, sir, how do you feel when the Mamata Banerjees of the world, when Congress politicians say there has been no terror strike, because you see it's been reported in the New York Times that the targets were missed and our Air Force hasn't quite hit the right coordinates. How do you feel, sir, when the valor of our forces and the integrity of our forces is questioned on the basis of foreign media reports, sir?
I trust my forces, Rahul, and when they are engaged in battle, my simple advice to the other Indians, if you can't help, get off their bloody backs. If you can't help, get the hell off their backs, let them fight. This is the time to tell your boys, don't look over your shoulder, go for it. Go for it, we'll take care of your family, they are safe. They are with us, we are there to take care of them, we are there to buck you up. Alright, go for it. This is not the time to squabble. This is not the time to sow dissension and discord. This is the time to be united in a fight which is just and which is absolutely necessary. It has been forced upon us by 30 years of restraint, by 30 years of bloodletting. 80,000 Indians, and now please make that figure 80,048 have been martyred, Rahul, over the last 30 years. So we are forced to ask a simple question, how long more? We have started a very right course of action to hit back despite the nuclear backdrop. To hell with the nuclear backdrop. We have to force Pakistan to roll back this proxy war. We've started well. My advice as a professional, my advice is a military professional, this is not the time to de-escalate.
Not the point, not the time. Well, General, let me tell you, there is a very strong group. There is a very strong group, General Saab, in this country that says that what Pakistan has done is in the spirit of peace and dialogue. This is a massive goodwill gesture on the part of Imran Khan, and we must reciprocate in kind. I'm sure that Nishant Verma would agree with that point of view. One second, Mr. Bhamla. Look, let's not
force.
Relax. 1 minute. I'm asking Nishant Verma this question.
On the basis of the Geneva Convention.
Okay, 1 second. Just calm down. 1 second, Mr. Bhamla. Relax. Don't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun, sir. I know you're desperate to ask questions of our forces tonight. Relax. Just 30 seconds, please. Nishant Verma.
No, I'm not desperate to ask forces.
Wait till I address you, sir. Wait till I address you. Don't start spoiling the decorum of the debate. I'm asking some straightforward questions. I want to ask you, Mr. Verma, by questioning the 2016 surgical strikes and now the cross-border air raid on Tuesday, is the opposition suggesting it doesn't trust our armed forces? Nishant Verma, is that what's happening?
First of all, I welcome my boy back home. Number two, who is not yet in. Number two, very important, media should be a little careful. When you have General G.D. Bakshi sitting and I am sitting here, we are two different parallels. He is on the military aspect, we probably talk of the political aspect. An apple can only be compared with an orange. He is absolutely right in his terms, but when a politician or a person who is looking up at politicians or political analysis asks the government, it cannot be said that I am asking the military. We don't question our military, by the way. We only question our governments. And when we question the governments, it is based on certain reasoning. When politicians are being asked, they need to answer. We don't ask questions to military. But if we ask questions to Dr. Sambit Patra, he cannot say कि military की बदनामी कर रहे हो. No, we don't ask questions to our forces. We ask the questions to people sitting in the government.
So
and I
you
tell
are
you
suggesting...
why. You rightly pointed out about the international media.
One second. Mr. Verma, let me just come in. I want to actually get in deeper into that response, and I want to bring in Dr. Patra here. Am I then to assume, sir, that when you question your government, you are suggesting that the government is forcing our military to act according to some political script, and that they wind up the top officers of the military to hold a press conference and spread fake news? Is that what you're saying, Mr. Verma? Because I'll tell you, and I want to play out that soundbite again. This is the Air Vice Marshal. No. Listen to Air Vice Marshal. No. 1 minute, sir.
Allow
please.
me to answer when you ask me a question.
Okay, tell me, sir. Tell me.
So you asked me a question, let me answer.
Tell me.
The military does not function as what BJP or Congress would want.
Okay.
But when the military takes an action, the party in power, they start behaving as if unhone kiya hai and is the problem in this country.
Then stop that. 1 second,
you
Mr.
look
Verma.
at those
If you 1 minute.
They went,
If you believe that the army is not reading out of a political script, 1 second, Mr. Verma, let's not get rancorous. If you believe that the army and the forces and the air force in this particular instance is not reading out of a prepared political script, if it is not misleading this country, then believe them at face value. When AVM Kapoor came out yesterday, he made it very clear.
Believes.
1 second, I'll play out that. Nizam bhai, let's play it out.
Force.
Let's play it out. There can be no argument. Once the forces have spoken, where's the argument? Why is Mamata Banerjee putting out these questions? Let's put it out.
कि हमारे पास एविडेंस है कि जो हम करना चाहते थे, जो हम टारगेट को जितना डिस्ट्रॉय करना चाहते थे, जो इफेक्ट हमको चाहिए था, वो हमको इफेक्ट मिल गया. अब वो गवर्नमेंट के ऊपर है कि हायर लीडरशिप पे कि किस तरह, कब और कैसे वो एविडेंस देना है या नहीं दिखाना.
When there's evidence, why are there doubts? Dr. Patra, perhaps there are doubts because a couple of leaders from the BJP have come out and said that this strike is going to win them the elections. You know who I'm talking about. Is that the reason why the opposition today suspects the integrity of our forces? Have you dragged them into a political squabble?
Now, first, I would like to begin, Rahul, by saying that, Pakistan is not doing all this. The frustration of Pakistan is evident, and Pakistan is not doing all this, sending F-16 planes, etc. to India, only for felling 6 trees. Just because 6 trees were bombarded, Pakistan is not doing this. So I believe the people who are always the naysayers, the pessimists in India, the ones who always provide oxygen to Pakistan, the ones who always provide ammunition to the Pakistani media, they themselves know deep within their soul as to what they are talking about, that they are talking only bunkum. The issue is why they talk like this. The answer is, for the hatred of Mr. Modi, they are left with no other option, When we lost 40 of our Jawans, immediately they took no second. They lost no second. The second they came out and they said, we want revenge. Modi should avenge. Just a second, sir. I was not shouting when you were... Sir, I was not shouting in the middle of anyone. Let me complete, then you'll have your turn. When we lost the lives of 40 of our Jawans, immediately the next second these people jumped into the bandwagon that we want revenge, where is Modi, what is he doing? Political will was shown. We had the courage of Indian Vayu Sena, and we saw as to what became of Pakistan. And then where is the evidence? While Abhinandan ji was
you went
captured
and
by
bombarded a
Pakistan,
place
he showed
which was
bravery. All these
evacuated by
people, the
terrorists
naysayers,
in 2005.
the naysayers.
Is that what you do, Dr. Patra?
Sir, can I please?
You,
can I please
you
complete?
went and bombarded
Sir, can
a
I please
place
complete,
which
sir?
was evacuated
Sir, can I
and
please
vacated
complete?
in 2005.
Can I please complete,
What
sir?
are you completing?
Sir, can I
that
please, I don't want to talk to
was
Pakistani
vacated.
panelists. Can I
Don't you
please
have
complete,
intelligence
sir?
from that place?
Sir, we in India maintain basic decorum in debate. I think in Pakistan they should teach you that there is basic decorum
because
in
if I
debate.
get back to
We do not
Dr.
shout in the
Patra,
middle of
you
debate
will not
in
like
India,
Verma,
sir.
let's not get into this. Let's not descend into this. Today is a proud moment. Abhinandan,
Can I
no,
please
1 minute.
complete?
Wing
I did not
Commander
shout.
Abhinandan has united this country. And let's follow today in the spirit. And therefore, Dr.
They were
Patra,
given a target which was based on your intelligence.
not your
And your
intelligence, the government is
from
not getting
National
the
Security
intelligence,
Advisor.
sir. It's the intelligence of
My
the army
God, look at
authorities.
this man. That's why I called him
You
a
know,
Pakistani panelist. If our intelligence is the Indian intelligence, is not his intelligence,
He
then
did
God
a
save
wonderful
him.
job. But what have you done? What have you given him to fire on? You have
Oh
given
my
him
God,
an
Rahul, I
empty
cannot
place to
take
fire
this.
upon.
I
Nishant
cannot
Verma,
take this bunkam anymore.
your-
Please allow me to
your
complete my
Air
sentence,
Vice
and then this man
Marshal,
can shout.
the Air Vice Marshal of the Air Force that represents this country
Are
has come out and said, we were given a task, we have achieved our task, we have hit our targets. Who are you to sit in doubt? Who are you to sit in doubt, sir? And why are you giving Pakistan a handle? Why are you giving our enemies a handle?
We all
When I hear
Kill
Nishant
narrative
Verma,
that
I feel that he is a spokesperson or a panelist on a Pakistani media channel. This is exactly the kind of narrative Pakistani media channels are peddling. You won't believe it. In the Pakistani National Assembly, Khwaja Asif is saying, yes, they have, the politicians of Pakistan are saying, yes, हमारे साहब का मदरसा destroy हो गया है. They are saying we have done Pulwama attack, but politicians here are disregarding what the army and the air force is saying. The tri-services chiefs have come out and done the press conference. That has been disregarded. Last time also, Nishant, please stop shouting. Nishant, please stop shouting and stop behaving like a heckler.
One second, sir. I can see a lot of movement. 1 minute, please. I can see a lot of movement at the Attari post. Let's go straight across to Tamal viewers. This might be the moment. Let's quickly check. Let's quickly check with Tamal. I can see a big bus now rolling through those gates. Let's go across to Tamal. Tamal, we are being told that Wing Commander Abhinandan might be coming through any moment. What can you tell us?
That's right, Rahul. That's what even we have picked up from our sources. Between 8:45 and 9 is the time when he could be handed over to Indian authorities. Just not us, even Group Captain J.D. Kurian, the air attaché, is currently there at the Attari post. He had been waiting there since 4:30. In fact, he came there expecting that the handover would happen soon, but then it did not happen.
Well, there is movement behind you. If you can cut across. Tamal, if you can cut across, there is a bus that is coming across. Is this the Attari bus service? The Lahore?
So yeah, it's a bus service which was stuck there because the entire movement inside the integrated checkpost was stalled temporarily because for long they had been expecting that Wing Commander Abhinandan Varthaman would be handed over. The reason why the entire area was kept sanitized, security people had taken charge of this, and thus all movement had been literally taken off. It was stalled.
Okay.
So maybe because there is a window frame of about 15-20 minutes, that's the reason the bus has been allowed. That has got nothing to do with Wing Commander Abhinandan Varthaman at this point in time. But as you rightly mentioned, Rahul, another couple of minutes between 8:45 and 9 is the time when you're expecting him to be handed over to Indian authorities here on the soil of India, and he's being accompanied by two Indian High Commission to Islamabad officials along with Pakistani authorities. So yes, the moment can arrive any moment. The frame is there.
Well, what has taken so long, Tamal? What has taken so long? Why have we had so many false starts today? He was supposed to be handed over at 4. Then it was pushed back to 6, then to 8. Now it is at least 24 minutes past 8. Still no sign of Wing Commander.
Well, Rahul, very interesting. At around 2 this afternoon, we reported as how Indian High Commission in Islamabad had completed all the documentation process which was required, and accordingly it was communicated, conveyed to Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Pakistan, and thereafter a meeting was convened. And in that meeting, the entire idea was mulled over as how he should be handed over, and thereafter there is no communication from Pakistan's end as what caused this delay. Yes, we know as a matter of fact that Pakistan wanted this to coincide with the beating retreat ceremony, which did not really happen, and then thereafter the beating retreat ceremony from the Pakistan side was on, for which the delay happened once again. Then we know that Group Captain J.D. Kurian came to complete the immigration process at the Attari post. That too is now through. So what really caused this delay, we really don't know. We have to wait for some clarity. We know that Air Vice Marshal R.G.K. Kapoor might just hold a small briefing where he can give a message, maybe a welcome message, and if he kindly takes some question, possibly our queries would then be addressed as what took this long. It's just not us. In fact, the entire Indian contingent comprising of Indian Air Force officials and Indian Army officials are there waiting inside.
Well, Tamal, we'll check back with you. There'll be more movement, I'm sure, and you'll keep updating us, and I'll keep coming back to you. Very suspenseful, viewers, very suspenseful. There's already been a 4-hour, 25-minute delay, and we're hoping that Pakistan is going to keep its word. There's a lot riding, and I'm sure they want to milk this opportunity. They really want us to be eternally grateful to them for fulfilling their obligations under international law. Sudhindra Kulkarni, this delay by Pakistan is not in any way covering them. 1 second, Nishant Verma, stop it, please.
Breaking that Abhinandan is on our land. What action has government taken against our media? Dr. Sambit Patra, since 5:30, even Economic Times, all media is breaking.
Rahul, where do you get this idiot from? Why does this man keep on shouting?
Please, what
I'm so sorry. We are so sorry.
What is your problem, Nishant Verma? What is your problem? I'm not understanding the nature of your questions. Look, you want to point score at a time. You want to point score at this time, sir. Are you undermining the morale of our forces by not even wanting to trust them? Who are you to question? Listen, 1 minute. Mr. Verma, please. Mr. Verma, calm down. Stop this rancor, please.
ये रोज पाकिस्तानी को बुला के हम लोग को परेशान कर रखा है।
No, please.
किसी चीज का जवाब नहीं देंगे।
निशांत वर्मा,
वो तो हमारे घर में
निशांत वर्मा
झूठ चल रहा है, उसको क्यों नहीं संभालते?
What is wrong with you,
निशांत
sir?
वर्मा के अंदर मसूद अजहर का घुस गया है।
Okay, I'm lowering your fader. I'm not going to stand for this. 1 minute.
अंदर मसूद अजहर का आत्मा घुस गया है।
1 minute. Let me bring in Sudhindra Kulkarni. Sudhindra Kulkarni.
Are being used on Pakistani media channels.
Well,
and Rahul, you know, last time also the DGMO had done the press conference of Surgical Strike 1. These people had questioned it as surgical strike. They are saying we don't question the army. The same Nishant Verma and his gang called it surgical strike when the DGMO did the press conference. Did Narendra Modi do the press conference at that time? These people are congenital liars. And this is being used in Pakistani media and it is being used in international forums.
Okay, 1 second. I don't want to get into this. 1 minute, Mr. Verma, please. 1 minute, Mr. Verma, please.
जब राम मंदिर बन जाएगा तब बात करोगे।
राम मंदिर, अब राम मंदिर कहाँ?
No, 1 second, please.
तब लवाई लेते हैं।
Oh my God, Rahul, this man spoils the whole debate. We have to understand this. Please mute him so that we can hear some sane voices, Rahul.
Okay, Mr. Verma, I'm going to ask Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni a straightforward question. Do you have the patience to listen quietly, please? I beg your indulgence, sir. Mr. Kulkarni, there are two schools of thought today. One school is, let's first verify if our forces achieved the ends that were assigned to them. I'm not going there for now. I think it's a disgusting insult to question the efficacy, the abilities of our forces and to suggest that they've been lying to the nation. Sorry, that's my view. People can differ. But I want to bring you in on another point. Many people are also saying this is a great goodwill gesture from Pakistan and we should now reciprocate in kind. Where do you stand on this point?
I believe that where credit is due, we should give credit. Prime Minister Imran Khan of Pakistan has taken a decision of returning Abhinandan to India Of course, under Geneva Convention, Pakistan had to do it. But the fact that he has done it so quickly and has said that he hopes, and people of Pakistan hope, people of India also hope, that this contributes to de-escalation, he deserves some degree of
Mr. Kulkarni today
appreciation.
My right to respond.
This is why
Pakistan has admitted that Pulwama
Secondly,
was a revenge attack.
it is not only Pakistan
This is a goodwill
that has
gesture.
acted, there is a fair degree of
No, you're talking about de-escalation, sir.
International community.
No, just correct me if I'm wrong.
Behind the scene diplomacy is happening, which also has contributed to Abhinandan's return.
Okay, Mr. Kulkarni, you seem to suggest that this is part of some larger script of de-escalation. Should I tell you that we have been breaking some news about the number of ceasefire violations, 48 ceasefire violations in just the last few days, viewers. In just 4 days, 48 ceasefire violations. You should see the site at our border posts and on our side of this LOC. People can't go to school. They're cowering in bunkers. It's the civilians, our brothers and sisters, who are being targeted, viewers. So don't get fooled today by Imran
precisely
Khan.
for this reason.
For which reason, sir? For which reason? For which reason? It's for this
Precisely
reason.
for this reason, there should be de-escalation of tension between India and Pakistan. You
But
may not
India
believe,
must take,
others may
but
not believe.
in your book,
but there
India
are
must
millions
always
of
take the
people
first step. The
who
onus is
India
always on us.
Very quickly,
No, the
because
onus
others
is
also
always on us.
waiting.
We have
Quickly,
de-escalated
and
after
what
every crisis. Uri, Colonel Arison wants to come in. Colonel Arison.
No, just a second. That's
Yes,
that's
okay.
a wrong-
Dr. Patra. First, Dr. Patra.
I just
then,
want a small caveat. before-
Okay, small caveat.
1 minute.
Colonel Arison ji, I beg apology. Colonel Arison, I beg your apology. I'll have just 10 seconds of indulgence and then you can take over, sir. I just want to say that please, for God's sake, let's not use this word de-escalation as far as India is concerned, because India has never escalated. India, whatever had done, it was a preemptive strike. We had never escalated. Escalation was done by Pakistan in a wrongful way. They tried to attack our military installations. So all those who feel that India should de-escalate are wrongly using the word. Mr. Verma, I don't want to hear your bunkums. I hate you. Indians hate you, Mr. Verma.
No,
I don't
let's not
want to
use.
look at your
Let's not
face.
use poisonous
So keep
language
quiet
against
and be
each other.
seated
1
in the
minute.
corner.
1 minute. Hate is too extreme a word.
आप गवर्नमेंट है
Yes.
हमें दिखाइए
What hate?
Mr.
Mr.
Poonawala has a question for Mr. Kulkarni. Okay, 1 second,
Nishan ji,
Mr.
please,
Verma, please.
debate
Your
ऐसे
is
नहीं
fed
कर
up.
सकते,
Yes.
please.
Poonawala.
Sir, today Khwaja Asif, a senior member of the Pakistani establishment, has said that Pulwama was done as a revenge attack and that he has disclosed what Pakistan's hand is in it. How can we say that this is the same Pakistan that is doing a peace initiative with us by releasing Abhinandan under pressure of international organizations and under the law? Can Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni merge how Khwaja Asif's statement aligns into his peace process from Pakistan, how he sees doves are flying from Pakistan today when these ceasefire violations have taken place?
Mr. Kulkarni.
We know that we can't trust Pakistan.
Asif ji, let Kulkarni ji answer, please.
There are many Pakistanis who have been saying that Pulwama was a staged incident, staged by Indians themselves, and for political benefit of the ruling party. I don't believe it in at all. This was a terror attack for which Jaish-e-Mohammed has claimed responsibility, and it is the responsibility of the Pakistani government to take verifiable, quick action against Jaish-e-Mohammed. On this, there is absolutely no doubt in the minds of all those, including those who want de-escalation, who want peace between India and Pakistan, and I am one of them.
Khwaja Asif has admitted the Pakistani role.
Okay.
Sir is saying Jaish-e-Mohammed is responsible. They are not saying we are taking action on Jaish-e-Mohammed, but they are saying peace is being given a chance by Pakistan.
Let Colonel Arison come in. Colonel Arison, how do you respond to these individuals who say now's the time for dialogue and also the time to question our armed forces and our government over what exactly was achieved by the airstrikes?
Yeah.
he implies de-escalation to a level that, the, business of proxy war, starts, commences once again. And that is what he means by de-escalation. But yes, it's a very good suggestion, Mr. Kulkarni. And, given your links and, proclivities towards Pakistan, may I suggest to you, and also Mehbooba Mufti and Sidhu, given Imran's, preference and proclivities for both, and you included, please go and implore Imran Khan to hand over Masood Azhar and Hafiz Saeed, and sir, after that, I mean, we will, I will personally recommend him for a Nobel Prize, and maybe then I can assure you, I'll urge the government to appoint you as the spearhead for the talks. As it is, you have been talking for, people in Pakistan for very long, and it is because of proxies like you, Sudhendra Kulkarni, that this proxy war has continued for so long. You are a proxy of Pakistan. Okay. I dare say this. And because of you, proxy, so many of our people have been killed.
Okay. Strong words.
आप बोलिए इमरान खान को, आपको तो आपके बड़े तार जुड़े हुए वहां पे. You are a big peacenik. You are a big peacenik. You think, Mr. Kulkarni, that India is condemned to suffer jihadi terrorism? Tell me, why is India under attack? Why was Sarojini under attack? Why was Jaipur under attack? Why was 2611 carried out? You tell me, for what? Was it for territory? It was pure jihadi terrorism, Mr. Kulkarni, and you have, I'm sorry to say, have been acting as a proxy of Pakistan. And get out of my sight if you can.
Colonel RSN, please, let's not go there, please. Let's be a little more civil. I understand you're getting passionate.
Sir,
please, let's not. Look, 1 minute. No, 1 second. No, please. You've asked a question. Let's restrict it to the question. Let's restrict it to the question. Okay.
You have a lot of civilized people. You have civilized
Let's
who
ask
are
the
here
question.
to
You made a
break the
good
resolve
point.
of the nation today.
You made a good point. Let's get
You
made a good point, sir. Let's not ruin the argument. 1 minute.
The resolve of the nation.
Okay, let him respond. Mr. Kulkarni, the point is we've always returned to talks. After every provocation, it hasn't got us anywhere. Today we've opened a window to achieve something. You are seeing the results. Pakistan has never, ever cooperated with India within a window of 36 hours. Surely something is working. Perhaps your line needs to be improvised, Mr. Kulkarni.
I was called a proxy of Pakistan. I'm a patriotic Indian and will remain so till the end of my life, but I'm a proxy of peace. I'm a fighter for peace because peace is in the interest of both India and Pakistan and South Asia and the entire world. Now, coming to the role of Pakistan in promoting terrorism, cross-border terrorism, let there be absolutely no doubt. I made this point earlier, I want to reiterate it. Pulwama was an evil act by Jaish-e-Mohammed, which is given a free movement, free run inside Pakistan, and Pakistan cannot and must not do so. Pakistan will have to take strong, verifiable and quick action against all terrorist groups.
Okay, but Mr. Kulkarni, surely if you have to talk, you must talk to a government that is not prepared to go to war to defend terrorists. India did not conduct strikes against Pakistani military installations, the Pakistani state or the Pakistani civilian. It conducted strikes to extract revenge from terrorists. Terrorists, sir, surely there is a distinction. And if Pakistan can't see it, then what is the point of these talks? And I think, sir, the amount of energy you are investing in convincing us, perhaps you should invest that in convincing the Pakistanis of the need to hand over people like Hafiz Saeed, Salahuddin and Lakhvi and the other horrible, misbegotten
But
mullahs
why are we
of war.
daydreaming?
No, mullahs of hate and war.
I will continue to do so.
Because, sir,
I will continue to do so, but I will also raise my voice against warmongering in India.
Create the conditions for a lasting and durable peace.
No.
Otherwise, sir,
Can
we
I
will never have
reply to
durable
Mr.
peace.
Sudhindra Kulkarni, please?
You don't agree. Doctor, you don't agree.
Rahul,
Doctor, you don't agree.
you are not giving a fair time
No,
to
of
your
course
panelists,
not.
Rahul.
No, I don't agree. I mean, I don't see any reason as to why anyone on this panel should agree with Pakistan, because for 70 long years we have suffered. We have seen blood. It's not that India has not given a chance to Pakistan. Umpteen number of chances. Every regime has given chances to Pakistan. But what did we get in return? We got backstabbed in return. Despite that,
the point.
if the
And I don't think
quote-unquote
this is the
peaceniks
time.
want peace,
I don't
believe
think
they
this
live
is
in a
the
fool's
time to
paradise.
de-escalate. As in, no one wants war, but to release the pressure valve. To release the pressure valve. If we do that, we will lose the advantages that have accrued to us. Sir, I'm coming out to you. I just want to bring in Asif Bhamla. Asif Bhamla, the more disturbing element of this debate, and Nishant Verma, relax 1 minute. The more disturbing element stems from these comments. Mamata Banerjee's comment. Let's listen to it once again, Mr. Bhamla. And you tell me if this is a valid comment. 1 minute. Let's first listen. Mamata Banerjee, listen to what she said. Okay, we're just going to play it out. Nizam Bhai says it's going to take 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Have we got it? Let's play it out. Okay, this is Mamata Banerjee, and she's coming out and saying very, very clearly, viewers, that as far as she's concerned, she believes the Washington Post and the New York Times, that these strikes missed their mark. Listen to this.
আমি নিউ ইয়র্ক টাইমসের একটা নিউজ পড়ছি, আমি ওয়াশিংটন টাইমসের একটা নিউজ পড়ছি, এবং আমি রয়টারের নিউজ দেখেছি। তাতে বলা হচ্ছে এরকম কোনো ঘটনাই ঘটেনি, বোমটা পড়েছে অন্য জায়গায়, বোমটা মিস হয়েছে এবং মানুষ মারা যায়নি। কেউ বলছে একজন মারা গেছে। তো সত্যটা কি? এটা তো লোকে জানতে।
Okay, Asif Bhamla, give me 2 reasons why you endorse Mamata Banerjee's line of questioning tonight. Tell me.
Firstly, let me tell you that I'm not endorsing Mamata Banerjee's statement, and let me open with another statement that the country is glued to watch the glorious moments, to see its Jabaz and Sherdil Sipahi. That's Abhinandan, because Abhinandan to obviously the armed force, Abhinandan to the Honorable Prime Minister, to the External Affairs Minister, and Abhinandan to the opposition also. I think they all jointly set a strong narrative to Pakistan and to the world that India is united. ये एक मजबूत हिंदुस्तान है, ये नया हिंदुस्तान है, ये घुसेगा भी और मारेगा भी, छोड़ेगा नहीं अगर आप छेड़ोगे।
United?
So
Sir,
I think
no,
that
there was
let's
great
not
Have you
deviate
seen
from
what the
rea-
Pakistani
from
media has
from
been
the
quoting?
The Pakistani
fact is
media
that-
has been using the bites
No,
of
but
Mamata
the fact
Banerjee
is
and
that
all these opposition
Rahul,
leaders who are behaving more like the spokespersons of
Shehzad,
Pakistan. Point number
Shehzad,
1. Point number 2 to Mr. Kulkarni. Mr. Bhamla, please.
No,
Mr.
forget
Ba-
Mr. One second.
I want to ask
No,
Mr.
no, 1 minute,
Kulkarni.
1 minute, 1
After
minute.
2611,
complete
the
my
Air Force
point.
was ready to
Dinesh Varshney.
strike targets.
Dinesh
We did not
Varshney.
strike.
My question, I need to
Escalation
answer
did not
Rahul.
happen. What did we get?
Okay.
This
Dinesh
new red
Varshney.
line has actually
Dinesh
my
Varshney.
answer
Dinesh
yet.
Varshney.
Varshney is
How
sitting
does
quietly as if-
how do the
as
insistent
much-
questions?
strike
You
on
see,
him.
terrorism and Pakistan is as much dangerous to UPA as it was to the NDA.
It is
तो
dangerous to
पाकिस्तान
India,
के-
sir, not to UPA and
का
NDA,
दोस्त है
please.
या इंडिया का दुश्मन है, ऐसी बात नहीं है।
एक
It
मिनट
is our
बामला साहब,
numero
relax.
uno
1 minute,
enemy.
1 minute. Bhamla
And
साहब,
we have to fight
condemn
it and we can't
condemn the
trust Imran Khan
statements
or
condemn the
Pakistan.
statements
Not
of
what
those
they-
opposition leaders who are seeking hisab from our forces. You condemn them first. Condemn them.
As leader of opposition, if they're asking questions, doesn't mean that they're anti-national
There
or
you-
doesn't mean
Sir,
that they
there you
don't
go.
stand
Chella
in the
Kumar of the
capacity
Congress
of us.
said, Sir,
Like the
Chella Kumar of the
previous
Congress said,
panelist
Pulwama is
mentioned,
a
we
now
can't ask
manufactured
questions to the
attack.
armed forces.
Sir, Chella
I have
Kumar
in
of
my
Congress,
opening
Mr.
statement
Bhamla,
mentioned
Mr. Bhamla,
that
1 second.
Abhinandan to the
Mr.
Prime
Bhamla.
Minister.
Mr.
Abhinandan to the
Bhamla,
External
Chella
Affairs
Kumar
Minister.
of Congress,
That
please
says
stop
it all.
shouting over me. Chella Kumar of Congress in the Goa Congress office said Pulwama is a staged manufactured attack by India. He
Which-
put the blame on India.
Which is unacceptable.
No,
It will
Shehzad,
erode the morale of our own
terrorism
forces
is going to anyways
when they
benefit
lose the
UPA.
faith of
Has
their
it
government.
benefited UPA
I'm
when
sorry,
it was in
Mr.
power?
Bhamla, stop it, please. Let me bring in Dinesh Vashne.
Oh my
Dinesh
God,
Vashne.
terrorism has nothing to do with UPA or NDA, sir. Don't get these points.
Dinesh
please.
Vashne, let me ask
the
you, sir.
question is, you have no right to ask the Indian Air Force for evidence.
Let me ask you.
Common menace.
Let me ask you.
Both have to jointly
In,
fight, and I think
no,
we both
in
have fought.
2016, after the surgical strikes, Dinesh Vashne, the opposition said that these were farcical strikes. And I can tell you the names of not even individuals in the opposition, but those that actually had a working relationship with the BJP came up with this word, farcical strike. Arun Shori,
Yashwant.
intellectual par excellence, as he refers to himself. He came out and said farcical strike. Today, that narrative is being repeated. Why? Why do you undermine the integrity of our forces?
Rahul,
In an attempt
please
to-
allow me to
in an
complete
attempt,
my
sir,
statement. It
in an
will take
attempt to
hardly
settle
1.5
political
minutes. I
scores
have
before
waited
the
for, I have
election.
waited for 45 minutes
Yes,
in
sir,
this
please
debate.
answer the question.
Look, first of all, no opposition leader have questioned our valor, our armed forces. We respect the valor of our armed forces. They have proved their mental during 47, 48, 62, 65, 71. So we are proud of them. We welcome Abhinandan
But
back.
not 3
It is
years,
a great
not 3
moment
days
of
back.
relief to us, whether it is under Geneva
not in
Convention or
2016?
otherwise, under mutual protocols. Number two, I would like to state a fact that patriotism is not the warmongering. Diplomacy is not jingoism. It should be understood by all. And if I stand by the 21 party statement issued day before yesterday, and we stood by the government of India taking action against terrorism after the Pulwama attack. But what we will do with the Yadurappa? What we will do with the Modi ji, who pictured the slain soldiers of the CRPF at the
all
Churi
these
rally in
problems
the
are because
backdrop
of
of the
Yadurappa.
banner?
And what you will do with
Why
Modi
do
ji
they
in the
do a
sense, it is because of
politicization
Mr. Modi
the
ji's
valor of the
political...
army or
One minute,
air
it is
force
because
of
navy
Mr.
or
Modi ji's
paramilitary
political
Let Mr.
capital
Vashne
that we are
finish.
seeing a paradigm shift
The
in
BJP
Let
should
Mr.
national
Vashne
apologize
finish.
to the nation.
It is because
Modi
of
ji
the
should
capital.
apologize
It
to
is
the
because
nation
of the
for
diplomatic
this act
capital
of
that Mr. Modi has
Let Mr.
applied.
Vashne
of the
finish,
valor
sir.
of the army.
we are seeing
Nowhere
a
in the world this is done
within
as it
36
is done by the
hours.
BJP in the country.
Okay.
What has
Can
he
I
said
show
One
on
second.
the
No, no.
inauguration
I want
of
you
the
to see
Shahid
something.
Smarak at the India
Yeah.
Gate?
Radio
Rahul, I believe
Pakistan's
it's coming
tweet.
over
He had made a
Okay.
I want to show you how you are being used. How this
Okay, one second. Radio
Please-
Pakistan tweet.
Please can the camera focus on this tweet?
Yes.
Radio Pakistan, official Pakistan radio,
Okay,
like All
tweet-
India Radio.
put out the
21 opposition parties expressed deep anguish over Modi's blatant politicization of prevailing security situation
Show
with
me.
picture of Rahul
I want to
Gandhi.
see. No, what are you
Sitaram
showing
Yechuri.
me? I want
Sir,
this to be.
I am showing it to you. This is verified
Okay.
account of Radio Pakistan.
This is the Radio Pakistan tweet, viewers. Look at this. It says, and if the camera can focus, that's what it says. There you can see Radio Pakistan. There, very clearly visible. What does it say? 21 opposition parties express deep anguish over Modi's blatant politicization of prevailing security situation. Today, Abhinandan and our forces are putting their lives out on the line to unite India, and certain political parties scared that they will lose the election on the back of perhaps an explosion of patriotic fervor are trying to bring down the morale of our forces by tweeting this and making our forces suspect the government of the day. Now, Mr. Vashne, this is not in national interest. At least I don't think so. And I'll ask General G.D. Bakshi after you. Yes,
I
Mr.
don't know
Vashne.
what are you showing because I am not able to see.
Sir, it's very clear. Radio
I don't
Pakistan.
know what are you showing. You
You're,
are not able to
you're
see.
politically,
Not a single political opposition
charged.
party
3
leader
days,
has
this is
said
in every
anything.
media.
Asking
You're not
a
able
question
to
like
see
government
what
Okay,
is
one
not
second.
an
Pakistani
anti-patriotism.
media
General
official
Bakshi,
sources.
let me bring
Cannot
in
be
General
considered.
Bakshi as we wait for our hero's return. General Bakshi, how do you feel? How do you feel today when the valor of our forces is being questioned, the application and the integrity of our forces is being questioned? Do you think this is going to have an effect on the morale of our forces at a time like this?
Rahul, you know, we have had reverses in the history of our nation, right? We have had debacles, the Battle of Britain, the Dunkirk was a debacle, but no courts of inquiries are held while the war is on. That is left for after the fighting is over. Then you can do commissions of inquiry, courts of inquiry, lessons learned, etc., etc., etc. I have said at the beginning of this interview, anybody has any doubts over what has happened, well, support the armed forces, call for a continuation of the pressure, stop raising a racket about de-escalation and how nice Imran Khan has been. If you feel Pakistan has not been punished enough, please say so and press for continuation of the pressure.
Let me tell you, all Netas, whether they're in the BJP,
till Pakistan,
beginning from the president of the BJP down to the last soldier of the BJP, the foot soldier of the BJP, to the Congress, the president of the Congress, to the last foot soldier of the Congress and several other opposition parties, all need to adhere to the red line. Don't use our forces to make political capital for yourselves. Because then, once you do that, you are actually denting the morale of our forces, who will wonder what cause are they actually fighting for. They need to be clear about it. There can be no compunctions about the fact that politics must be distanced from our forces. And I want you to, and I want all our Netas today to see the great feeling of love and affection and respect that our public has, not just for Abhinandan, but for every man, woman in uniform. I want to play out these pictures from you from an aircraft today. As Abhinandan's parents were exiting the aircraft, everyone stood in their seats. They were sitting in the back, and they allowed them to pass, and they all clapped. I want to end this by showing you those pictures.
Thank you very much.